have Ryan Preece join us. If you do have a question for Ryan, go ahead and raise your hand, and we'll call upon you.
Thank you. Oh, my favorite. What's going on?
There you go. How's it going, Ryan?
I'm having a great time. How you guys doing?
Good deal. So just walk us through. I know you were testing the modified out there this morning at Martinsville. How's the car, and how's it like being back in a modified at Martinsville?
Man, this place was made for it. I can tell you that. They're just modifieds are light. They're fast. Got a lot of tire and a lot of grip. So all smiles out of me today, and all smiles out of the other Ryan. So it's pretty cool.
Outstanding. We're going to go and open the floor for questions. We're going to start with Matt Weaver. Go ahead with the question, Matt.
What's happening, Ryan? Thanks for taking the time today.
Anytime, Weaver.
I got two for you. The first one is, you look here in the South, in the tour type modified community, starting to have more of a resurgence. You have Bowman Gray. The stadium is always going to be the stadium, but you've also got the Smart Tour now. Bobby Labonte's doing that full time. A lot of excitement for what they're doing. They're going to Florence. What do you feel like has to be done for the next step to kind of hook Southerners, us dumb stock car Southerners, on tour type modified racing?
I know you're a full fendered guy, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. You're a modified guy. Well,
you guys have suckered me in.
How about we just call it racers? We're all racers. We all enjoy racing. To be honest with you, there's plenty of racing to go around, whether you're a late model fan, a full body fan, if you're a open wheel sprint car guy. It's just modifieds. They're just special, right? They're just a fun race car to go out and basically drive really, really hard. And the harder you drive it, the more rewarded you are. So that's what's exciting about it. It was actually really cool. I saw a picture Matt Dillner posted of Caraway, and I saw they actually had a really great crowd. They had a good car count, and it's cool to see how healthy modified racing in general is becoming, and obviously how healthy the modified tour is, where they're getting 30, 35 plus cars week in and week out. So that's what you want to see as a racer, and Eddie and Connie, who own race teams, is a healthy series. So it's really cool to see the direction that the tour is heading in, and all the changes that have been put in place to help the teams and to make it easier for newer teams to come in.
Yeah, and kind of a follow-up on that point. Some of this is COVID related too, because not everyone could have seen what happened last year. But the tour is being challenged right now in the sense that Thompson is moving towards the open show model, and there's a lot of alternatives in the New England area. So what are the things that you guys as racers and teams prioritize, and as it pertains to the NASCAR tour, what do they need to do to make sure they're still P1 on the tour type hierarchy?
Well, I think they did a really important step, which was releasing some of those purse structures that usually most people don't get to see. The majority of the races on the modified tour, I think all of them, are over 10,000 to win, which is a great step. That's something some of the other series and shows, they've been really making a big effort and paying more money. And I know the modified tour does a great job in doing that, and then also making it pay throughout the field for people that are just showing up, and if you have a bad night or whatever it may be. So at the end of the day, I don't kind of look at which series I'm going to run or not run. Obviously the modified tour has always been the spotlight, kind of like the World of Outlaws, I feel, or the All-Star series are like the two big series in sprint cars. So really I want to race. So that's what I'm concerned about. And it's really awesome that NASCAR and the Wheel Modified Tour have been able to put this all together to come to Martinsville and go to Richmond, like Jimmy was just talking about, and go to these premier racetracks, because it's a great opportunity for guys like myself, Ryan Newman, but other drivers that wouldn't necessarily have the opportunity to run at a historic racetrack like here or Richmond, and go out and race and put on a great show for the fans.
Thanks, RP.
Yep.
Our next question is going to come from Chase Holden. Go ahead with the question, Chase.
What's up, Ryan? I got to go ahead and just start off right off the bat, dude. The energy is so high right now, man. You look amped. So I love it. It's good stuff. I think I kind of know the answer to what this question is going to be, but our guy LJ from the Garage Fam wants to know what's more fun to drive, modified or cup car?
Man, you guys are asking all the tough questions. I got Jimmy Wilson standing right here looking at me while I'm answering this. I got you guys. Man, I love race cars. I love racing. So a cup car is a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I love working with JTG and the 37 guys and just fine tuning those things. But, you know, I also enjoy racing modified, just like I'm sure Kyle Larson enjoys racing a sprint car, or, you know, Bell enjoys running his midget, or, you know, some of these guys doing those things. So it's just, it's a nice refresher to kind of come out here, and it's no different than if you're a kid going and racing a go-kart. In a sense, you get excited. So I'm having a lot of fun here today, and I'm working with I'm lucky enough that Eddie and Connie Partridge, who own the modified team that I race for, they have a new guy that's taken over maintaining and setting these cars up, and his name's Steven Kopchik. He's a young kid that I have a lot of faith in, and I'm really excited about working with him this year.
Awesome, man. And you're in Martinsville right now. It's the home of hot dogs. It's almost hot dog season. How many hot dogs are we taking down this weekend?
None. There's nothing open here.
Oh man. All right. We'll find a way to get you some hot dogs, Ryan. Take care, man.
Yep.
Our next question is going to come from Mark Garrow. Go with the question, Mark.
Thank you. I've got a couple of quick questions. Ryan, sort of following up on what you've been talking about. I look at you, and you're a guy that's sort of like, you get to have your cake and eat it too. I mean, you've got the cup deal, and you get to also dabble in with the modifieds. Do you feel that way? Do you feel blessed to be able to kind of jump back and forth a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Right. As a racer, your ultimate goal is to get to NASCAR's Cup Series. That's you know, that's where it is. That's where you want to be. But at the same time, I know where my roots are. I know where I've cut my teeth. I know where I put many hours in the race shop to go and win races. And I enjoy racing these race cars. I know quite a bit about them, and they're a lot of fun to race. So I obviously enjoy doing it for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely pretty blessed to be able to have owners like Tad and Jody that allow me to come do things like this and do these races, and it's a lot of fun. I feel like the best thing for a race car driver is to be in the seat all the time.
And my other question, you know, the start of the Cup Series season, you're 14th in the points. Most people would say now you're punching above your weight here a little bit, that you've had, you know, you're above a lot of better funded teams and things like that. How do you feel about the start of your season? It's been pretty strong.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, it's important to get off to a good start like that. We had two really solid runs back to back with the Daytona Road Course and the Super Speedway. Capitalized on getting some stage points, which I knew was going to be extremely important. And, you know, we had a pretty good run at Las Vegas. It probably, I felt like, could have been a top 10. And then just, you know, a bad weekend last weekend. It's part of those things. It was like I was talking to Trent, my crew chief, yesterday. We want to forget about Phoenix. We want to learn from it, but we want to look forward to Atlanta and rebounding and putting a solid run together, because right now, if we're just consistent and we stay out of wrecks and we do our job and execute, I think we can really shock some people this year. So we're excited about it, and I'm definitely pumped about how we've started this season. Need to adjust this so you guys can see Morton buildings.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Our next question is going to come from Bob Pockers. Go ahead with the question, Bob.
Yeah, talk about looking forward, going a week further. Are you looking forward to Bristol Dirt and potentially another race where you're going to have to qualify in?
Yeah. I mean, hey, Bob, pressure is not really, it doesn't bother me. You know, like we talked about it, for the 500, trying to qualify in or even race your way in. It's part of the deal. this isn't the first time I've had to race my way in. I've been to races where I've had to qualify and there's been 60 plus cars there, and I've done it. So ultimately, just you do as much preparation as you can as a race car driver, which dirt stuff, I haven't done a whole lot of dirt experience, but I have been watching their broadcast and kind of seeing what the track's doing. And I do have a teammate that does run a lot of dirt races, so I'm sure I'm going to lean on him. I've also been lucky enough to have a sponsor like Mohawk Construction, who owns big block dirt modifieds and a racetrack in Weedsport, New York. So I'm going to be leaning on quite a few people over the next week, but right now I'm focused on Atlanta and having a solid run there.
And I also just wanted to check any updates on your Cup schedule. Like, I mean, I assume it's still planned to go every race, and if there's a point where you guys need to skip a race that hasn't been determined.
Yeah, I mean, every week I focus on whatever races is scheduled. So I don't, I know Tad and JTG and their entire marketing team have been working extremely hard to sell the rest of the races. But my job as the race car driver is to be as well prepared as I possibly can and to keep pushing out good finishes so we can stay up there in points.
Thank you.
Yep.
Our next question will come from Ashley McCubbin. Go ahead with your question, Ashley.
Hey Ryan, thanks for your time today. We've seen them add Martinsville and Richmond to the schedule. What track would you like to see added to the modified touring schedule next?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What track would you like to see added?
Okay, I got you. I hear you now. What track
So-
would I like to see added?
Yeah, I was like,
I don't know. I mean,
sorry.
what do we add next? I'm just kidding. How about Daytona Super Speedway? That'd be fun, right? Nah, I'm kidding. I don't really know. You start talking about those 1 mile plus racetracks, it starts getting really, really fast, and things can happen there. But I'd like to see a road course again. Those are pretty fun, but I don't really know. I'm not really sure. I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it. I guess there are some really cool short tracks out there that, New Smyrna would be a really cool racetrack to see open up the modified tour. Hopefully it can happen soon.
And then looking beyond that, we saw the competition down at New Smyrna before the season started with the modifieds. Your thoughts on how that competition has continued to grow with the modifieds over the years?
I just think that was, the modified tour set the base, but Ricky Brooks did a phenomenal job at New Smyrna Speedway with the World Series. I remember there was a time when there was only 9 or 10 cars showing up for Speed Week. So he really did lay a really good base for the modifieds down at New Smyrna as far as tech goes, to keep everybody in line and know that when you showed up, you weren't behind the 8 ball. So I will give him a lot of credit on that. And I don't know. I think just everybody's just at the point where they want to race again and get out of the house. And it was cool to see, 35 plus modifieds at New Smyrna.
Thanks for your time today.
Thanks.
Our next question is going to come from Marty Sikawa. Go ahead with your question, Marty.
Thanks, Matt. Ryan, thanks for your time. I'm just curious. You just mentioned you got a guy in Weedsport, New York, that drives big block modifieds. I'm curious who that happens to be.
Jimmy, I don't want to say his last name.
Jimmy Phelps?
Jimmy Phelps. Yep. I can't believe I just said, you just made me go blank, but yeah, Jimmy Phelps.
Okay, cool. I was just checking. Thank you.